Hello and welcome to our APA workshop, our online version. So today in this first segment of the workshop, I'm going to show you how to start a search for scholarly material. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how it would work if you found an article online, just a regular, here I'm going to start with the Washington Post, and I found an article and I want to see if I can track down scholarly material that is about the same subject matter as the article. So the first thing that you need to do when you have your article is you need to identify keywords in the article. So I'm really going to just go straight from the title here for this example. So I can see that Twitter, politics, and journalism, they seem like the main ideas for the article. Once I have my keywords, I'm going to come over into Galileo and plug them in to the search. So Twitter, politics, and journalism, I'm going to put those in and run the search. So when you do a search in Galileo, the main thing you're going to be trying to do is to achieve the best relevance that you can, that the articles that you're looking through are about your topic. And then also you want to be able to zero in on the best articles in Galileo sources. So what that's going to involve is your subject terms and changing them around until they best match what you need. So one of the strategies that I use and that I'm going to show you right now is to skim quickly the initial results, the detailed records for subject a variation on the keywords that you entered. So how can you do that? Well, if you'll click on the title, you'll get to a page. Most of the page will look like this, the detailed record. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be reading these subject terms and paying attention to the subject terms. And by doing that, hopefully I'll begin to see some different terminology that is similar to what I'm using, but it might offer me a good tip to vary my search. We always want to think about how we can vary our search and get better results. So, for example, online journalism versus just journalism. That might be a good one. And here it is again. And that would combine the aspect of Twitter and journalism. That's a combination of the two. So I would probably have a pen or something and paper just to jot these down really quickly. So here's another one, social media instead of Twitter. That might be a good one to make note of. So here's just a quick drawing that I did to show kind of the different terms that I picked and to show how they relate to my original terms. So you can see our original terms, Twitter, politics, journalism, and then you can see the different terms that I pulled in from my initial search. So you can see from Twitter, I pulled in social media. So that would be an example of here's Twitter would be a narrow search, social media would be a broader search. Politics would be a broad search, and then social media political aspects would be a way to narrow that down. So you can see that sometimes you're going to have to think, how can I broaden my search, Twitter to social media, and how sometimes you'll need to think, when do I need to narrow it down, politics to social media political aspects. So just a quick word about pulling terms from your search. You may be tempted to click here, but if you do, just know that it's going to completely redo your search. And so whereas before we were searching for Twitter, journalism, and politics, now you can see that it redid our search and we are searching for the subject term mass media and politics. And that's why I was suggesting that you write these down, is because initially you're probably going to be better off entering these in to your search box here above, instead of clicking through to these, because this way that you can combine these with your other terms and run your search. without only searching one of your terms. So now let's assume that you've gotten to a place where you're comfortable with your results. So the next thing you need to do is determine whether or not your source is scholarly or not. Now you have the option over on the left. You can see over here, you could select scholarly, peer-reviewed, and go from there. But I'm going to show you how to do it, how to make sure that it is scholarly. So what you need to do is, as you're browsing, you need to click on the title. And then when you get here, you need to first pay attention to the authors. Is this author affiliated with a research organization? You can see here there would be a postscript here if there was an affiliation, but you can see that there isn't one here. So for example, you can see that this one there is, and so if you look down below, you can see that they're affiliated with the National Center for Peace and Conflict Studies, the University of Otago. So that's a good sign. Then the next thing you want to look at is the name of the journal. So go ahead and click through on the name of the journal, and what you want to do is you want to look what type of journal it is. Here you can see it's an academic journal, and whether or not it's peer-reviewed, and here you can see that it is. So that's how you go through and search and find scholarly materials in Galileo.